Who's testing? I'm testing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ball Stop Field here at Hyer Family Park for tonight's varsity baseball contest featuring the visiting Lady Blue Devils and your Jesuit Tigers. At this time, ladies and gentlemen,
Well, it is shaping up to be a nice evening here at Hyer Family Park. Asked me that 2 hours ago, not so much, but those ugly clouds have cleared away, and we still have some gray, but there's a whole lot of blue peeking through for tonight's contest for the visiting Green Cove Springs Clay High School Blue Devils, heretofore named Clay Blue Devils, and your Jesuit Tigers, who are now 11-4 after a tough loss on the road Tuesday night at IMG. We have concluded with the pregame festivities, and the teams are about to take the field. It's going to be
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome your Jesuit Tigers. Number 9, Brody Smith. Number 2, Dave Murtaugh. Number 11, Jack Fultz. Number 22, Bryce Sassetti. Number 31, Christian Sheffield. Number 3, Wilson Anderson. Number 5, Colin Penny. Number 24, Vincent DiCarlo. And on the mound, number 25, Samir Mohammed.
It's going to be Samir Mohammed, the 6'5", 250-pound sophomore for the Tigers, who's going to take the mound for Jesuit tonight against the Clay Blue Devils. Samir, of course, is the number 2 ranked right-handed pitcher in the state of Florida in this sophomore class, the number 4 ranked overall player. In the United States, he is the number 6 ranked right-handed pitcher, a 35-time all-tournament selection by Perfect Game. He's been a tournament MVP twice. He's been a tournament most valuable pitcher 5 times. And he is a tournament All-American for Perfect Game and a Team USA member. Quite a resume for a young sophomore in high school. He's pitched 16 1/3 innings, struck out 22, walked 6. He'll be throwing to Vincent DiCarlo behind the plate. Across the infield is going to be Colin Kenny at third, Wilson Anderson at shortstop, Christian Sheffield at second, and Bryce Sassetti at first. Left to right in the outfield is Jack Fultz, Cannon Murtaugh, and Brody Smith. Due up to lead things off will be Cole Carnell, L.J. Martin, and Easton McMahon. They are followed by Merrick Proposa, J.C. Rosette, Lucas Moore, Levi Chimura, Ethan Mathis, and Peyton McRae. The pitcher, Rylan McMahon, we'll get to in a bit when he takes the mound. Quite a resume for that sophomore as well. Okay, Cole Carnell, senior center fielder, 12-time Perfect Game All-Tournament selection, is going to be the first one to take aim at Samir Mohammed. Samir, again, a two-way guy. He's leading the team in home runs with 2. He's also up there in all of the categories in pitching as well. First one is a high hopper over to Sheffield at second. He gloves it, sends it over to first. In time, 1 pitch, 1 out.
The first baseman, number 44, L.J. Martin.
All right, first baseman L.J. Martin. Next up, so Samir Mohammed, he is 3rd in the team in strikeouts and 2nd in first pitch strike percentage at 64.4%. There's a first pitch strike, and that's a foul ball. And pitch number 2 misses just off the mark outside. One ball, 1 strike, just underway here. 1 out in the top of the first, and there's a swinging strike as Samir Mohammed moves the count to 1-2. So still a bit breezy here after some storms blew through. It was very quick as it tends to be here. Kind of blew through, dumped some rain on the field, basically just amounted to not having to water the field. So the grounds crew got a little break. Ball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Samir Muhammad, the sophomore, fires, and that is hit in the air to center field. Right at Cannon Murtaugh, who snags it, and that's out number 2.
The shortstop, number 2, Easton McMahon.
All right, Easton McMahon. Now, he's going to stay pretty local. Remember, Clay County's up near Jacksonville. He's going to play for the Jacksonville University Dolphins, the senior, up in the Atlantic Sun Conference. He's a 23-time perfect game all-tournament selection. Has been a most valuable pitcher at one point, but he's playing shortstop tonight, and that one's hit in the air. Drifting foul toward right field line. Over there to make the snag on the run is Brody Smith to finish up the top half of the first inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick reminder, as always, this game is being streamed live on the Jesuit Tigers Sports Network on YouTube. Once again, you can catch this game live on the Jesuit Tigers Sports Network on YouTube.
All right, in the top half of the first inning, no Clay Blue Devil runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It was a 1-2-3 inning for Samir Muhammad and the Tigers. And we move to the bottom of the first, 0-0. All right, in the field, we have now Rylan McMahon, sophomore, who is committed to play for the University of Florida Gators when he finishes up at Clay High School. He is a 19-time perfect game all-tournament selection. Rylan is the #1 left-handed pitcher in this sophomore class in the state of Florida. He is the #5 overall player in the state of Florida in this sophomore class. The #3 ranked left-handed pitcher in the United States, 19-time all-tournament team for perfect game, and throws up to 92 miles an hour. He is going to face Brody Smith, Cannon Murtaugh, Vincent DiCarlo, Christian Sheffield, Robbie Santana, Jack Fultz, Bryce Bassesi, Colin Kenny, and Wilson Anderson. Leading things off is going to be right fielder Brody Smith. Now, Brody is he's pretty much, he and Christian Sheffield are either at the top or in second in just about every offensive category at this point. Brody leading. Brody is leading the team in slugging percentage, hits, on-base percentage plus slugging, so OPS. He is second in average and on-base percentage and tied for second in stolen bases. Rylan McMahon sends one in there for a swinging strike one here in the bottom half of the first inning. Jesuit just underway in their half of this first inning. The top of the first went 1-2-3. Future Florida Gator, a lefty, throws an off-speed pitch that bounces in there, ball one. A good-looking young pitcher here. Two good sophomore pitchers going at it tonight in what is shaping up to be a really nice evening. It was ugly here about 2 hours ago with a storm that blew through, but now it looks pretty. There's a called strike, kind of a dusty strike, but a strike, a ball and 2 strikes. Catching is J.C. Rosette. And there's a nasty, nasty breaking pitch that gets a swinging strikeout from Brody Smith. Goodness, that is a tough pitch to hit, especially for a lefty. That's going to bring up Cannon Murtaugh. Murtaugh leading the team in stolen bases with 9. Takes up and away, ball 1. Cannon is going to be going to play for the Duke Blue Devils, when he finishes up. He's a 15-time all-tournament player. And he slices one into left field for a single. Hits it right on the barrel, right on the screws into the 5-6 hole. And there's hit number 1. So Jesuit has a base runner with 1 out. Brings up Vincent DiCarlo. Now Vincent is 3rd on the team in hits, 3rd on the team in on-base percentage and on-base plus slugging, and 1st in walks. He will play for the North Carolina State Wolfpack when he finishes up here. So Ryland McMahon comes set at the letters, kicks and fires, and there's that breaking ball right in for a strike. And that is going to give high school and college players, hitters, a fit. What a breaking ball on this lefty. Looks in. And that is sliced foul. So quickly, Vincent DiCarlo is in an 0-2 hole. He is the number 2 ranked catcher in the state of Florida in this senior class. Number 20 ranked catcher in the overall in the U.S. in this class. He's been an all-tournament selection 12 times. The throw over chases Cannon Murtaugh back. 421 on base percentage. Puts him 3rd on the team behind Sheffield and Smith. There's that breaking ball. A nice job just fouling that off. It's got a late dart action to it as it looks like it's going to be outside to a right-handed hitter. And then it just sort of darts in there, and at the last second, DiCarlo very awarely, is that a word, awarely? Very alertly, I think that's a word. Taps it foul. That's a fastball off the mark outside. A good 0-2 pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 man on base, that's Cannon Murtaugh, who singled to left. Only base runner of the game, only hit of the game. We are early. There he goes. Ball, and they don't make a try at him as he swipes the base. And it's now 2-2. So Cannon Murtaugh into double digits in stolen bases this year. Now DiCarlo has a lot of ways he can bring him home now. Somebody called, I think Vincent called time, the home plate umpire, with a no-doubter of a timeout call. I bet you guys could hear it. I mean, I got this thing over the mic here to try to protect you, but no way you didn't hear that. That one slapped right into left field, almost the same spot. Around third comes Cannon Murtaugh. They won't even make a throw home, as that is run number 1 on an RBI single to left field from Vincent DiCarlo. And it looks like DiCarlo is going. Chris Hemmings is in running for him now. So Chris Hemmings, the speed-up runner for DiCarlo, number 21. There's a breaking ball for a leadoff strike. Well, Ryan McMahon goes to that breaking ball, and I surely would too if I could throw 92 and I could drop a breaking ball in like that. And that one is the quick one, and it gets a foul ball from Sheffield, now 0-2. Christian, the team leader in batting average at 368, on base percentage at 479. He is second in slugging, second in on base percentage plus slugging, second in stolen bases. Mr. Offense right now. That was a ball? Okay, that was a breaking ball. Okay. Good-looking pitch, and Christian got a break there. That one looked pretty good, but umpire says it was a little outside or low. That one up and outside, and that was an easy call. So evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Again, bottom of the first, we have 1 run for Jesuit and nothing for Clay. I'm Doug Politz, bringing you this game tonight, as always, on our live stream at Jesuit Tiger Sports Network on YouTube. There goes the runner. A swinging strike. And that is going to be a stolen base for Chris Hemmings on the swinging strikeout to Sheffield.
The designated hitter, number 4, Robbie Santana.
All right, Chris Hemmings is in running for Vincent DiCarlo after the RBI single. He steals on the strikeout, brings up Robbie Santana. Now, Robbie Santana is tied for 3rd on the team in RBIs with 7. He is a 15-time all-tournament selection. There is that breaking ball. And you almost get the feel that right now, at least early on, McMahon a little bit more comfortable placing his breaking ball than his fastball. And that one hit high in the air to left field. Left fielder Chimura drifting toward the line. He makes the catch on the run and retires the side. All right, in the bottom half of the first, it's 1 Jesuit run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We are finished 1 complete. It's Jesuit 1 and Clay Blue Devils 0.
The third baseman, number 7, Merrick Raposa.
All right, folks, Samir Muhammad now going to square off against Merrick Raposa. He's going to play for Florida Gulf Coast when he finishes. There's a ball. Merrick, the third baseman, he is the number 20 ranked third baseman in the state of Florida in this senior class. That one sails a little bit wide, ball 2. He is a 14-time all-tournament selection. He's been the most valuable tournament pitcher, most valuable pitcher in a perfect game tournament as well. Right-handed throwing, left-handed hitting Raposa. Now he swings, but swings through. And the count moves to a ball, or 2 balls and a strike. Nobody out, top of the second. 1-0 Jesuit. Samir Muhammad on the mound. Team USA, 6'5", 250-pound sophomore, who's had an exciting start to his career and has built quite a resume. Gets his fastball up to 93 miles an hour. And there you saw it right there. So that's a 3-ball, 2-strike count now as it fills up on Merrick Raposa. J.C. Rosette, the catcher, on deck. a slew of left-handed hitters coming up. Fastball, he really winds up and puts some extra steam on that, but it sails a little bit wide, and Raposa's going to take his base and bring up J.C. Rosette. J.C., a sophomore catcher. 10-time perfect game all-tournament selection. And with nobody out, Merrick Raposa, the future Florida Gulf Coast Eagle, is at first base. Muhammad set at the belt, and that is a bunt right back to Muhammad. He throws to second, gets the lead runner, and they don't have time to try and throw over. So the force out gets out number one.
Right fielder, number 8, Lucas Moore.
Okay, Lucas Moore up, the right fielder. And he is a junior. Fastball up high. Ball one from Muhammad. Now, Lucas Moore, 16-time perfect game all-tournament selection. A one-time most valuable pitcher. These guys do everything all over the field tonight. Two-way players on both teams. Now, finally, there's a right-handed hitter to face Samir Muhammad, who always works from the stretch. Sure, he can throw 93, but he throws a good off-speed pitch, a breaking ball as well. And when that's working, he's really tough to hit. You can see how quickly that fastball gets there. He's not quite dialed in on it just yet. But quite honestly, the Clay hitters have been aggressive and have been swinging early in the counts. It's never been that many deep counts. Samir thrown 16 pitches so far. That hit high in the air and deep to center field. Giving chase is Cannon Murtaugh at the warning track, and he makes the catch and falls against the wall for out number two. I mean, he ran a long way to get to it, and as usual, Cannon Murtaugh makes it look very routine. He covers more ground. He covers more ground out there than pine pollen. That one sliced foul into the bank parking lot. And we got two away now. Levi Chimura up. He's the left fielder. Levi made a nice catch on the run as well. Senior, 6-time all-tournament player. J.C. Rosette at first base. The throw over. Did they get him? No, they didn't get him. Is that Rosette at first base? Is it still number 20, or did they run for him? He's the catcher. So I wonder if that's okay, so they did put somebody in for him. I missed that. So he's got it's not Rosette over there, folks. It is Connor McGuckin who's running for him at first base. Levi Chimura at the plate with 2 outs for Clay. There goes the runner, and that is hit in the air, foul, and out of play. So McGuckin was off to the races, but he's going to have to go back. Playing him pretty straight away here. Samir comes set at the belt. There goes the runner. Fires that one in for a strike, and the throw is right on the money, but it didn't need to be because it was called strike 3. A perfect throw him out, tag him out at second base, but didn't really need it. He was already out of the inning with the called strike 3. So in the top of the second, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. After 1.5, it's Jesuit 1, Clay High School 0. Coach Joe, that's 90s, right? That's not the 80s. That's the 90s, right? That was 90s?
Yeah, I think early 90s.
Pump Up the Jam. Who played that one? I've forgotten. Yeah, yes. That's it. Man, I'm digging into the archives for that one. Yeah, I can hear. All right, Jack Foltz comes up, the left fielder, to start off the bottom of the second inning against Rylan McMahon. Again, Rylan is going to be pitching for the Florida Gators in a couple of years. He's just a sophomore now for Clay, and he misses there, ball 1. Rylan McMahon, 13 strikes, 7 balls in his first 20 pitches, and that one is lifted foul into the bank parking lot, and it's a 1-ball, 1 strike to Jack Foltz. Jack, a two-way player. He pitches and plays outfield. Limited hitting so far, not many plate appearances. He's an 11-time all-tournament selection. That one, he went through on that. Couldn't tell what the mannerisms of the umpire were, but that he pretty clearly went around on that. A ball and 2 strikes, so McMahon in the driver's seat right now. And he'll work from the windup. He kicks, throws that breaking ball. Now that one stayed outside. Didn't quite get as much of a pull on that as he'd like. Kind of reached back and got a little extra into that one. But it sails wide, and now the count is full. Bottom of the second, he tilts and tosses, and that's a bouncing ball towards second base. Fielded by the first baseman, but nobody covering. And that'll be an infield hit. I think that Rylan McMahon probably thought that was going to be fielded by Peyton McRae at second base, but first baseman went over and got it. That's going to go down as a hit for Jack Foltz, and Bryce Besessi comes up, the first baseman. He squares to bunt but misses, and it is a swinging strike 1. Besessi, a tournament MVP once, 23-time all-tournament player. The throw over, a little low, but scooped up nicely by L.J. Martin. Left-handed hitting Bryce Besessi on left-handed pitching Rylan McMahon, who misses upstairs, ball 1. A ball and a strike. Jesuit 1 run on 3 hits so far. Clay is goose eggs across the scoreboard in 2 innings so far. There's that breaking ball, kind of a sweeping slider there that sails outside. And there's a ball. 17 strikes, 11 balls for Rylan McMahon. Now a 2-1 count. Lefty on lefty to Bessesi. He squares but pulls back. That's 3-1. Bessesi, the 9th ranked catcher in the state of Florida in this sophomore class, but he's playing behind the number 2 ranked catcher in the state in the senior class in DeCarlo, so he's playing first base right now. There's a swinging strike, and it's a full count. Typical for Miguel's teams, deep at just about every position, particularly on the pitcher's mound. Not much of a breeze now. There goes the runner. Outside, pass ball, but the base was stolen, really. That was ball 4, and it doesn't matter anyway because it was a walk. So that brings up Colin Kenny. All right, Colin Kenny's going to play for Limestone University when he finishes up in Gaffney, South Carolina. Division II squad, the Limestone Saints. There's a little bit of a huddle at the mound as this, with nobody out and 2 men on, I'm sure he's saying you guys know how to play the bunt here. It's Colin Kenny, the third baseman, senior, has hit a home run, handful of hits, scored 7 runs, 5-time perfect game all-tournament selection. He squares, offers, does not make contact, and that's swinging strike 1. Okay, everybody watching on YouTube, jump into the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm expecting something out of you, Jacksonville. That one missed up and out. It bounces off of Rosette's glove, and everybody moves up on the pass ball. So now runners at second and third, nobody out. And Colin Kenny now will get to take his hacks. It's a ball and a strike. That one is a nice hack, but it is lifted over into the bank parking lot. Foul. So again, Rylan McMahon, number 1 left-handed pitcher in the state of Florida in the sophomore class. Number 3 left-handed pitcher in the United States. He's on the mound right now. Future Florida Gator. There's that breaking ball that is just devastating. That is about the best looking left-handed breaking ball I've seen in quite a while. Just beautiful. So sharp, and it just dives right into the strike zone, right over the outside corner. Wilson Anderson up. Well, Wilson does damage in every way possible. He's actually the number one right-handed pitcher in the country in the junior class. 6'4", 191-pound junior. Playing shortstop. Team USA player. Misses up high, ball 1. So Wilson, of course, makes all his headlines on the pitcher's mound because he throws 98 miles an hour and plays for Team USA. But does this too, and that is a bouncing ball. It is gloved by pitcher McMahon, but then it falls out of his glove. And the question is, was he going to get him? I think he would have gotten it. Yep. That's going to be scores on the error. All right, so Jesuit moves to 2-0 now on what was kind of sums up to be a swinging bunt. that was not able to be played by Riley McMahon coming off the mound. That one, a drag bunt down the first base line, but it is foul. So Brody's going to play for East Tennessee State for the Buccaneers up in Johnson City after his senior year that has been quite a senior year so far, either leading or second or third in just about every offensive category, batting .349 for an average, .472 on base. OPS is .984. That's very, very good, folks. 11 RBIs, 4 doubles, 15 hits, and he lifts one over the shortstop's head into shallow left field. In comes Bryce Bassesi. Around goes Wilson Anderson. And on the throw to second base goes Brody Smith after an RBI single.
The center fielder, number 2, Kenny Murtaugh.
Breaking ball down in the dirt, nicely blocked by Rosette. So 1 out, and this inning continues. That one misses outside, as this is started off as a tough inning for McMahon, and it's staying that way. Cannon Murtaugh up. He singled to left field last time, but nobody was on base. He does it now, and that's going to be 2 more runs. And he does. There he slaps a single into left field. Around comes Wilson Anderson and Brody Smith, and they both cross home plate, and it is now 5-0 Jesuit on a 2 RBI single by Cannon Murtaugh. Brings up DeCarlo, who also singled to left. There goes Murtaugh. The throw is on time. The tag is not, and he steals second base again. Ball outside. Well, he wasted no time getting to second base, and Cannon Murtaugh having quite an offensive game tonight. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. A great play out in center field. And Vincent DeCarlo with 1 out looking to keep this inning going. 5-0 Jesuit at this point. McMahon kicks and delivers, and that's a breaking ball down and in. DeCarlo, 6 foot, 195-pound senior, headed up to NC State up in Raleigh. That one bounced up the middle and not able to be snagged by Easton McMahon. It gets by the shortstop, and Cannon Murtaugh comes around. It's a base hit up the middle. So Hemmings is going to run for him.
Running first base for the Tigers, number 21, Chris Hemmings.
And another one. Now 6 runs for Jesuit. Just a brutal inning so far. It's just one thing after another. I mean, look, this is, yes, there was the error misplaying the swinging bunt by Anderson, by McMahon, not able to keep it in his glove. No, he'd like to have that one back because it kind of got this ball rolling downhill. But it's been base hits and base hits. I mean, it's not like you're just giving it to them. And you always teach young players, if they're going to beat you, make them hit the ball to beat you. Make them actually earn it, and they are. Jesuits hitters are stepping up and hitting the ball. Brings up Christian Sheffield, the number 15 ranked second baseman in this junior class. 11-time all-tournament selection, and like I said, he's, for the most part, if Brody Smith's not leading in a category right now, good bet Christian Sheffield is offensively. And Sheffield calls time as he feels like McMahon was taking a little bit too long for him. Christian, his first time up, had a swinging strikeout. There is certainly action out in the Clay bullpen. And the home plate umpire is correcting something out in the bullpen. I'm not real sure what. They stopped warming up out there. I'm sure he didn't tell him he can't warm up. There goes the runner. Ball outside. The throw is on target. The snag, the tag. No, the ball was dropped. It took forever for the umpire to say something. And I think he couldn't find the ball. So that was a ball. And a stolen base for Hemmings. Still only one out here on the bottom of the second. And it's been a 5-run Jesuit second inning so far. Sheffield awaits. Fastball tails outside, and it's 2-0. McMahon now 47 pitches, 26 strikes, and 21 balls. Has not been able to land that fastball. He's certainly had better results with the breaking pitch. There's a fastball down and in. And so it's 3-0. And I know that's probably driving him crazy right now because he has such a great, effective, sharp breaking ball, but he's just not able to land the fastball. Outside. Oh, no, it wasn't outside. It's called strike. Swing and an empty hack. Full count. All right, how about it, YouTubers? We broke 100 viewers so far. There's 102 of you out there. Jump on the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Let's see. Green Cove Springs. All right, excellent. We got somebody telling us where they are. Foul ball. That is, of course, where Clay High School is, up in the Jacksonville area. And McMahon comes set at the letters. A long exhale, tilts and tosses, and that is high for ball 4, but it gets by Rosette, and Hemmings will head over to third base on what's essentially a pass ball.
The designated hitter number 4, Robbie Santana.
And I think we're going to get that pitching change now. That's 52 pitches for Rylan McMahon. And let's see, who is he going to bring in? I think he's bringing in number 14. That's who he's going to bring in. Ethan Mathis. Ethan Mathis, a junior. 7-time all-tournament selection for Perfect Game. Tall guy. Took infield, outfield at first base. A tall right-hander, at least 6'3". And his first opponent will be Robbie Santana, future Florida Tech Panther over in Melbourne. Okay, Robbie Santana up with runners at the corners here in the bottom of the second. 5 runs already across the plate for Jesuit. Only 1 out still. And right-handed reliever Ethan Mathis comes in to relieve Rylan McMahon. Fastball swung on and lifted foul toward the third base line. Under it is Raposa, who makes the catch. And tagging up and over to second base is Christian Sheffield, who essentially stole second base there.
Left fielder, number 11, Jack Bolts.
All right, 2 away. Jack Foltz comes up. He singled what was an infield single his first time up, right side of the field. Ground ball. He takes strike 1 on a breaking pitch. He hit that sort of high chopper that took L.J. Martin off first base, but nobody was there to cover. And Foltz comes up 1 for 1 on the night. It's a fastball off the mark outside, and now it's a ball and a strike. Jesuit state championship back in 2014. This was their opponent. They defeated Clay High School for the state championship all the way back 11 years ago in 2014. It was 2014 11 years ago? Jeez. I think they're counting them 2 at a time. 2 and 1. That is fouled off. Great pitch right in on the hands. Fouled off. Coach O, I saw something the other day that I think Breakfast Club was released 40 years ago. Oh, wow, I know. Oh, man. Oh, that'll make you feel old. Jeez. A swing and an empty hack, and Ethan Mathis gets the swinging strikeout to get out of the inning. All right, in the bottom half of the second inning, a big inning for Jesuit. 5 runs on 4 hits, 1 Blue Devil error, 2 men left on base. We are finished with 2 complete. It's 6-0 Jesuit. All right, due up. Well, we'll see. Due up, yes, he is going to hit. Ethan Mathis, Peyton McRae, and back to the top of the order, Cole Carnell.
Pitcher, number 14, Ethan Mathis.
All right, Ethan Mathis to face Samir Muhammad to start off this top of the third inning. Muhammad, 20 pitches so far. That hit in the air, foul, looks like it's going to be out of play. Drifting left, way left, hit Karl Marx in the head. Yes, foul ball. 0-1. right, the 0-1 to Ethan Mathis. And that one, a high chopper, a Baltimore chop, and it is into center field. Just a tough play. I mean, it stayed in the air so long. No way was he going to get him, even if Wilson got that into his glove. He would have gotten it in shallow center field. There's just no way to do anything with it. And the first base hit of the night for the Blue Devils brings up Peyton McRae, the second baseman. Peyton, a sophomore, a 9-time perfect game all-tournament selection. Fouls it off on an attempted bunt. And he kicks and fires, swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Samir again works from the stretch. The big 6'5", 250-pound sophomore right-hander All-American. Long count, or long look. He tilts and tosses. Swing and an empty hack. And he gets McRae on strikes. All right, out number one brings up Cole Carnell. Cole grounded out to Sheffield at second base, his first time up. Again, Cole, a senior, a 12-time all-tournament selection. Ball outside. Carnell, left-handed hitting center fielder. There's that change-up that drifts over the outside corner. And he watches that one for a strike. Count evens up, a ball and one strike. One out. Top of the third now. The Clay Blue Devils trailing 6-0. That one up and out, and it's 2-1. Samir with 18 strikes, 10 balls so far, just 28 pitches. Here in that's stellar. 28 pitches and you're in your third inning of work. Very, very efficient work from Samir Muhammad tonight. Really has not gotten into trouble. There's a strike over the outside corner. Really hasn't. I mean, there's only been 2 base runners for Clay. So Clay, in this second time through the lineup, certainly looking to start getting some offensive production and nibble their way back into this one. There's that breaking ball down the line, but it hooks foul. Bassesi does not glove it, doesn't need to, as that was a foul ball. It's off. Somebody's running down there by the bullpen, visiting bullpen out in right field to go get that ball. Somebody on that. I can hear Miguel already. 2-2. Ball outside. And a full count. Center fielder Murtaugh playing Carnell to be a little late on Samir. Let's see. Here comes the full count offering. He kicks and fires, and that tails toward the outside, and it's fouled back into the netting. Nice job by Carnell to stay alive. A stocky guy, Runs well, of course. He's center fielder, but even a ground out to the second baseman. I mean, Sheffield got him by an eyelash. So the guy can move. Opens up so much. I mean, there's so many little hits here and there that you get just because you're fast. All right. Samir comes set at the belt, rocks and releases, and that one fouled away. Like I said, it is shaping up to be a nice night. There goes the runner, and that is hit in the air to shallow right field, base hit. That's a single. The runner cruises around second base, and that is a pinch runner for Ethan Mathis that snuck in there on us, but he gets all the way to third on that soft liner of a single.
First baseman, number 44, L.J. Martin.
And so now there are runners at the corners. Can you tell what the number is of the guy at third? Because that's not, okay, yeah, that's not Ethan Mathis anyway. That was his courtesy runner. Yeah, Caleb Ainsworth running for Mathis. If his parents or grandparents or relatives are watching, I'm sorry. I'm just getting that he's the pinch runner, but I'm on it now. Don't worry. If he scores, I got you. Swing and a miss from L.J. Martin, who flew out to center field. Don't feel cheated. Almost everybody's hit the ball to center field has flown out because Cannon Murtaugh gets to almost everything. 0-1. A long stare down of Samir Muhammad to Carlo looking for those signals, and his sails outside, ball one. The 8 o'clock bell tower alert. We've been at it for an hour, and we're just in the top of the third. You can blame it on a 5-run bottom of the second. Fastball misses away, and Samir falls behind. Now it's a 2-1 count. L.J. Martin awaits. Taps it foul. So Samir battles back to an even count of 2-2. First baseman L.J. Martin, left-handed hitting L.J. Martin. Samir sets and slings, and that is fouled out of play. So Martin making him work for it here. And Cole Carnell at first base, you got to think at some point he's going to make a break for it and test out Vincent DiCarlo's arm. He does not, and he gets him on the breaking ball. A very nice pitch from Samir Muhammad. Swinging strike 3, and helps himself out, moves it to 2 outs, and certainly changes the dynamic here. So now, all right, now Easton McMahon comes up. Now Easton, future Jacksonville University Dolphin, going to play in the Atlantic Sun Conference when he finishes up at Clay High School. He's a 23-time all-tournament selection. Senior shortstop. So runners at the corners. This is the best chance Clay's had at getting a run across. And there's that breaking pitch. Now, I'll tell you, when Samir starts getting the breaking pitch, around the plate with that sharp break on it and is landing that fastball, that's when things start getting really, really tough on the opposing hitters. There's that breaking ball, and that's called strike. Kind of a collective groan from the Clay fans as that they're saying if that was a strike, it was a dusty one. But a strike nonetheless, as the only one with a vote is the home plate umpire. It's 0-2. And there goes the runner. And there's the breaking ball, and there is a swinging strike 3. No Blue Devil runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the third, and it's 6-0. Jesuit. That ain't the 90s. I know that's more recent than that at least. All right, Bryce Bassesi starts off the bottom of the third. He walked his first time up. Sophomore, 23-time all-tournament selection to face Ethan Mathis. Ethan hits that one over the inside corner. Now that is right at that inside corner, and that's one we don't usually see many of the umpires call on the left-handed hitters. They just, I don't know why. I don't see many of them call that inside corner strike. And that one hit high in the air to left field, drifting toward Chimura, who stands under it, grabs it, and it's out number 1.
The third baseman, number 5, Colin Kenny.
All right, 1 away. Colin Kenny comes up. Now, Colin was called out on strikes his first time up, and Mathis works fast. He misses well outside with that one. It's something that looked a little bit off with his balance and his delivery on that. It was well outside. Now this one a little bit more streamlined and right where he wants it, but it just missed a little bit low. There it is. Fastball strike over the outside corner, and he gets on the board. 2 balls and a strike. That one hit in the air hard to left field. On the run is Chimura, and he makes the grab right before the warning track. Great play by Levi Chimura in left field. Just a step or 2 before the warning track out there. Great play.
The shortstop, number 3, Wilson Anderson.
All right, brings up Wilson Anderson. Wilson had that. Now that one hit high in the air to left field. That's got some chance. It's got some carry. It's got a ticket out of here. Wilson Anderson pulls the string and sends one way over the left.
The right fielder, number 9, Cody Smith.
All right, 7-0 now. And that one hit high in the air to left center field. Over there is Levi Chimura. Well, I mean, Levi has been as busy as a rat in a Cheeto factory in left field this inning. Jeez. Everything's hit to him. He went all the way to left center field there, and I think he called off Cole Carnell and got that one. All right, in the bottom of the third, one Jesuit run on one hit, the home run by Wilson Anderson. No errors, nobody left on base. We are finished with 3 complete. It's Jesuit 7 and Clay High School from Green Cove Springs 0. All right, top half of the 4th inning, and the Clay Blue Devils are going to send up Merrick Raposa. Merrick, a third baseman, headed to play in Fort Myers for the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. 14-time all-tournament selection. Number 20 ranked third baseman in Florida. To face Samir Muhammad. Samir, 43 pitches, 30 strikes, 13 balls. He's been right around the plate and very efficient all night. Ball low. So starting his 4th inning of work, and he's thrown 44 pitches. That is stellar. Tapped foul, a ball and a strike. Okay, Samir's ready on the 1-1. That one tipped and bounces out of DeCarlo's glove right toward the feet of Raposa. And the count moves to 1-2. So Muhammad's been very, very sharp, very efficient, getting pop-ups, getting ground outs, a couple of strikeouts, but he's just been very efficient. He's given the Blue Devils not much to cheer about, not much to get excited about. That one is laced foul back into the netting here. Coach Menendez all over it. The underhand toss right on the money to DeCarlo. Somebody sign him up. A ball and 2 strikes. Bounces it in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's that breaking pitch, and he gets the swing and a miss. And you could just tell by the way Samir reacted to that he is feeling good now. Feels like all his pitches are working, and he's got good reason to have the confidence he has right now. That's a good hitter there, a good player, and got him swinging. And up steps J.C. Rosette, the catcher. That one hit hard into left field in the 5-6 hole, and that is a single for J.C. Rosette. He'll probably get a runner. We'll see. An opposite field single, and in steps number 11 to courtesy run for him. Connor McGuckin.
Right fielder, Lucas Moore.
All right, Lucas Moore, right fielder, 16-time All-Tournament selection junior. He flew out to deep left center field, right at the warning track to Cannon Murtaugh out there. And Muhammad lands that breaking ball right in for a strike. I mean, very sharp right now. So far, an excellent outing for sophomore Muhammad. There's the breaking ball again, taken for a strike. And when you know the guy can throw 90 plus, and you throw the bender in there like that, oof, that is really tough to do anything with. And there it is again, but that one bounces in, and DiCarlo, nice job blocking that. Nowhere for McGuckin to go. Now Connor McGuckin running for J.C. Rosette, who singled, opposite field single to left field. And he looks like he's itching to take off to second base. Let's see. He does not go. That one hit in the air to shallow right field, drifting toward the line, but so is Brody Smith, and he makes the catch. And out number 2 here in the top of the 4th. That's out number 2, and so now left fielder Levi Chimura has caught his breath from the bottom of the 3rd, where he ran all over the place in left field. He was called out on strikes his first time up. There's the breaking ball. The back pick to first base. Looks like they've got McGuckin in a hot box. And he ducks him. And now Sheffield's going to try and run him down, and he finally gets him for the 3rd out. So Wilson Anderson had him run down, but he hit the brakes and ducked out of the way of the tag there. Made it interesting. But the pickoff, that's going to, let me sort that one out, folks. Okay, so Connor McGuckin's out. And that is tagged out on 2 to 1 to 6 to 1 to 4. I'm sorry, 1, not 1, 3. First base. Okay, top of the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We are through 3.5. It's 7-0 Jesuit over Green Cove Springs Clay High School. $140 of you YouTubers out there. I love it. Let's see. Has anybody else jumped in? Plant City. Okay. Beautiful. Let your relatives or general baseball fans know that can catch this on YouTube on Jesuit Tiger Sports Network. Okay, Cannon Murtaugh has been swinging it very well tonight. Future Duke Blue Devil misses outside. Ball one. He's 2 for 2 tonight. 2 singles, 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. Up high, ball 2. Now there's a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. And Ethan Mathis, when he's missing outside. Tall. That one hit in the air to center field. Is it going to land? In a diving catch. Does it make the catch? No, he does not make the catch. Carnell makes a great effort, lays out for it, but not able to make the catch. And it's a double for Cannon Murtaugh. I tell you what, that bat he's swinging is as hot as a Rolex in a pawn shop. He gets a double after 2 singles. And he is 3 for 3 on the night. And I bet he's itching to steal third.
The catcher, number 24, Vincent DiCarlo.
All right, Vincent DiCarlo comes up. Ooh, that was a nice looking pitch. Called a ball. Vincent is 2 for 2 with 2 singles as well. And from the stretch, from Ethan Mathis, comes set at the belt. He kicks and fires, and another single for him. Around third comes Murtaugh. And coming in home, and he'll slide, and he is safe, and that's the 8th run. The RBI single for Vincent DiCarlo. I would imagine, no, they are going to let him. No, they're going to let him run because it is, there's nobody out, so there's not really a reason to speed it up. DiCarlo runs well. And it brings up Christian Sheffield, who has gone out on strikes and walked, looking for his first hit of the game. And Mathis misfires outside, ball 1. Sheffield, junior second baseman, has really been an ace as far as an offensive weapon. Fouled it straight back for the Tigers this year. Early on, as with many teams, kind of looking for who's going to step up, who's going to produce, who's going to get on base, who's going to make things happen. And Christian has undoubtedly answered that call. And Murtaugh does not go. They called a balk. So he doesn't need to steal second base. Field umpire called Ethan Mathis for a balk. I mean, obviously, Cannon's not going to be stealing with an 8-run lead. But Sheffield awaits. A swing and an empty hack on a breaking ball. And that one is lifted foul. Looks to be out of play. And I can't see the dugout's in the way, but they are not reacting like he caught it, so foul ball. A ball and 2 strikes. L.J. Martin gave a good effort over there, but he just, from where I'm standing, where I'm sitting, he disappeared behind the dugout. So all I can say is he looked like he gave a great effort. And I have 1 ball, 2 strikes. Is it 2-2? There's a ball. Question is, okay. And Sheffield awaits. Here comes the 2-2. And there's a breaking ball that is hit straight up in the air. Infield pop-up. Third baseman Raposa comes and grabs it. And there's the first out of the inning.
The designated hitter, number 4, Robbie Santana.
Okay, Robbie Santana. He has hit the ball in the air right down the left field line and then in foul territory outside of the left field line. Both caught, and so he is so far 0 for 2 on the night. That one hit straight up in the air, and it drifts foul out of play. Almost hit somebody in the stands. That's how straight up it went. No kidding. Did it hit somebody in the stands or close?
Right down in front of someone.
This beam is in my way. But anyway, got to keep your head on a swivel here at Hyer Family Park, folks. The wind swirls, and you just can't be just doom scrolling and think you won't get hit with a ball. 0-1. Down and dusty, ball 1. A ball and a strike. Here comes the 1-1. That one swung on and fouled off to that left side. And Robbie looked up at it like, what in the world? He's kind of shaking his head, saying, can I hit one straight? His timing is right on. And he looks frustrated like, man, I got this guy timed out right. Just keep swinging it, Robbie. You're doing just fine here. Listen to me. You never know how easy this game is till you get into the broadcasting booth. That went hit in the air to the left, and that's got some carry out to left field, and that hits right at the base of the wall. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Robbie Santana. Vincent DiCarlo could not advance until he could see that Chimura wasn't going to catch it out there. So that's a double for Robbie Santana. All right, so now runners at second and third. And that's going to bring up Jack Foltz. Jack has had an infield single and struck out. It is 8-0 Jesuit. And 2 more runs. There's only 1 out this half inning, so 2 runs just sitting there, chomping at the bit. DiCarlo at third, Santana at second. There's a breaking pitch, and he gets the swinging strike from Foltz. Fastball right on the outside corner. That is a good-looking pitch from Ethan Mathis. You can make a living right there. Knee-high outside corner. See what he does with the 0-2. That one has sort of what they call the arm side run. It kind of has that tail. The right-handed pitcher has that tailing fastball back into a right-handed hitter. And Fultz taps it foul. Count stays right at 0-2. And that one, just off the outside corner, a ball and 2 strikes. So we get some movement in the count with that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There is sort of a floating breaking ball that stayed outside. Looked like Fultz wanted to swing at it and thought the better of it. And the count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So far, 1 Jesuit run in this inning. 2 more knocking at the door at second and third. Swung on and tapped foul. So Jack Fultz making Ethan Mathis earn it. He is Mathis in relief of Ryland McMahon has thrown 37 pitches, 24 strikes, 13 balls, and has had a solid effort here in relief. Outside and low, and well played by J.C. Rosette in not letting that one get by him. Quick reactions. He backhands that one down in the dirt, well outside, and keeps it in front, and DiCarlo can't go anywhere. So full count now. That one out there, and that's going to be ball 4, and that's going to load up the bases for Bryce Bassesi. All right, Bryce Bassesi has walked and flown out to left field.
First baseman, number 22, Bryce Bassesi.
All right, Bryce Bassesi, sophomore, 6'2", 190. Has been a tournament MVP in a perfect game event, a 23-time all-tournament selection, and has been pretty darn solid in his sophomore campaign so far. Ball outside. An excellent opportunity for Bryce Bassesi tonight. He has bases full, an 8-run lead, and he gets to see a fastball down the middle, but does not swing at that one. 1 away. DiCarlo at third, Santana at second, Fultz at first. And that one hit hard into the right center field gap, and that one's going to go all the way to the wall, and that's going to clear the bases. In comes DiCarlo, in comes Santana, in comes Fultz. Around to third goes Bassesi. The throw is there, but no, it gets by Raposa, and it is going to be a head-first slide in for a 3 RBI bases-clearing triple from Bryce Bassesi. And that's going to open this wide for Jesuit. All right, Colin Kenny lets that one bounce in there, and that's ball 1. So Bassesi with the big hit this inning now. Colin Kenny has lined out to left field and struck out. And Rosette's going to go talk to Mathis. 11-0. I got it as 11-0.
I scored 3 on this last one.
Yeah.
It was 8, right? I think my 3 is 11 also.
Yeah, it was 8, and then we got 3, yeah. Ball inside to Colin Kenny, and it's now 2 balls, no strikes. Kenny, again, going to play up in Gaffney, South Carolina. There's a... No, it's a ball. I thought it was a strike, but must have been a little bit inside. And it's now... Should be 3-0 now. And that's going to be ball 4 to Colin Kenny. My guess is we're going to see... I think we're going to probably see a relief pitcher before long. Yeah, here comes the Blue Devil coach, and he calls to the pen for someone else to face Wilson Anderson. Wilson reached on an error and then homered. So we are now going to get a relief pitcher. I don't know. Let's see. It's a lefty. I can't tell his number. I'll tell you in a second. Hang in there. Looks like it is number 13 in from Mathis. 13 is Gabe Barker. All right, so Gabe Barker will come in and relieve Ethan Mathis. At this point, it is 11-0 Jesuit. It's really opened up here. The bottom of the second, 5 innings. Then another inning in another run in the bottom of the third. Now Jesuit gets 4 more here in the bottom of the fourth. And the visiting Blue Devils are on the short end of this one. And it's looking like it's getting further and further out of reach. Never over till it's over, but it's this hole is getting deeper and deeper. There's not a -1?
No, there's not a minus run. You have to reset it.
Oh my gosh.
Type it in.
Oh wow. Okay. 13 is who's pitching now.
Now pitching for the Blue Devils, number 13, Gabriel Barker.
Wilson Anderson's going to come up. He sort of makes his living on the mound, being so highly touted. Future Mississippi State Bulldog. But last time up showed you he can swing the stick as well. As he sent one over the left field wall. And now Wilson comes up with runners at the corners. 4 runs already in this half inning for Jesuit. And Anderson gets the first crack at Gabe Barker here, who kicks and delivers. And there's a breaking ball right in for a strike. Nicely done.
Yeah, but he scores with you, so if you hit the total runs, the run go up automatically.
It should go 1-5-1-4. That's
We got the total, but
okay. A swing and an empty hack. And now the count moves to 0-2 on Wilson Anderson. Exactly. And there's a breaking ball, stays outside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Exactly, Jake. Look, this is a volunteer job here, okay?
I haven't even gotten a hot dog in a coat. Voice is dry up here.
That went down low but swung on. Nice job by Wilson fouling that off. And it is sort of piped down here as Jesuits open this big lead. And not much room for excitement on the Blue Devil side of things right now. And that one sails outside and evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still 1 out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. That one too tall, and the count is full. Yeah, it does. I'll tell you if I can. Looks like we have a pinch hitter on deck, and I'm not seeing the number yet. We'll see. Breaking ball up and out. And we've got a pinch hitter here. Number 15 has Jack Morton. All right, Jack Morton comes up to hit. 6'2", 185-pound senior. 5-time all-tournament selection. He'll be batting for Brody Smith now with the bases loaded and 1 out. And Barker tilts and tosses, and that's right over for strike 1. That one, a bouncing ball over the first baseman into right field. There's a single for Morton. 1 run in, 2 runs in, and he gets a 2 RBI single, does Jack Morton. That is a friendly hop for sure. It's now 13, yeah. Yep, 6 runs. And Cannon Murtaugh, breaking ball in for a strike. Cannon has singled, and doubled. So Cannon Murtaugh, the future Duke Blue Devil, has had his way with the Clay High School Blue Devils tonight. Cannon thinks about it but does not go for it and moves the count to a ball and a strike. That one, a breaking ball, kind of dives in there inside, and now the count is 2-1. Runners at the corners now. Murtaugh, 1-5-1-6. So we have 6 so far this inning. There's a strike over the outside corner, called, and it's 2-2. The big lefty Gabe Barker kicks and fires, and that one hooked foul down the left field line and out of play by Cannon Murtaugh. All right. More activity out there. Another lefty warming up for the Blue Devils. And Barker rocks and releases and misfires outside, and it is now a full count to Murtaugh. So Murtaugh seeing it and swinging it very well tonight with 2 singles to left and then a double to right center. That one swung on. Nice swing on it, but he fouled it off. He nods to himself saying, yep, I saw that one pretty well. Tonight, I think it looks like a big beach ball coming in there to Cannon. And he calls. There in comes a ball. There, the requisite ball from the bullpen. Each bullpen's usually good for a couple of those a game. And it does look like there's some activity in the Jesuit bullpen as well. At the rate this is going, it looks like there's only going to be one more half inning without some great mounted response from the Blue Devils. And Cannon Murtaugh keeps his on-base percentage alive. They should start sending his mail to first base. He's been there all night. Vincent DiCarlo comes up, and it has been... Vincent has singled his first time up and then singled and singled again. So you know I'm going to say something about that. The base is loaded this time. One out. Fastball right over the outside corner, and he has been aboard with singles every time up tonight. That one too tall. A ball and a strike. There is a breaking ball that apparently misses low. 2-1. And we have a mound visit. And we get a change of pitcher. The coach for Clay tonight he's getting his steps in. I wonder if he's wearing a Fitbit. All right, Gabe Barker. That's Braden Feniger is going to come in. And he's a lefty. Now Braden is going to take over. Braden, a junior, a 13-time perfect game all-tournament selection. He has been the tournament most valuable pitcher once. And another lefty pitcher for the Green Cove Springs Clay High School Blue Devils. That's a mouthful. Green Cove Springs Clay High School Blue Devils. Feels like saying one of those travel ball teams. Elite. What are all the names for travel ball teams? Like Elite, Premier, Select. Supreme, Elite, Premier, Select, All-Star, Rosario. You know, the names are unbelievable. This is called entertaining yourself and inviting the audience to eavesdrop. That's what's happening here on YouTube, folks. Where is everybody from? I have, like 3 people? Where's everybody listening from tonight? I got all right, Jason Pask, reliable. Obvious a salute out to our friend in the military. Got Plant City and Green Cove Springs. And I'm glad you guys are listening up tonight and watching. I'm Doug Politz, and as always, enjoying my second job, my hobby here. All right, Vincent DiCarlo with a 2-1 count. He gets a crack at Braden Feniger here. And he hits that one a mile high into right center field. Over there is Carnell. He makes the grab and the out. Tagging up and sliding into third base is Jack Morton. He's safe. And over to second base is Cannon Murtaugh on the throw. So that's a sacrifice fly. Okay, and he's safe in the Alvario up.
All right, Kyle, let's go, babe. You gotta pitch it around. I'm down, seriously.
All right, Tyler Alvario up. Ball outside. Lots of substitutions and things to keep track of here, folks, so just bear with us. Shane Rupp, huh? There's a breaking ball, misses down and in, full count. And I think some of the Blue Devil fans are saying, whoa, he had to go around. He asked the field umpire, who says, no, he did not. He held up. All right, full count. First base is open. Full count, 2 out. 7 runs in already this inning for Jesuit. And that one hit in the air, foul behind us, over the grandstand, out of play, as Tyler Alvario stays alive. Tyler, a 5-time all-tournament selection. Hitting for Sheffield. And he takes strike 3 over the outside corner. And that ends the inning. It looks like we're going to get a new pitcher for Jesuit. And that's going to be number 27 coming in for Muhammad. That is Liam Amariello. To come and close it out. This ought to be a 10-run rule. It looks like if we can close this thing out. You got to go 5.
Tigers number 27, Liam Amariello.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, so he's got to have the best walk-up / warm-up music ever. I mean, really. All right. Liam Amariello, 4-time all-tournament selection. He is ranked in the junior class as the number 34 ranked left-handed pitcher in the state of Florida. Has sort of a sidearm delivery. His fastball is listed as being as high as 84, but I will tell you, watching him, he's got a lot of action on that sidearm fastball that looks like it just darts away from a right-handed hitter. Curious to see what right-handed hitters are able to do against this, because that's got to be very disorienting. And then throws a breaking ball as well from that same delivery slot. So 14-0 Jesuit after 4 complete. And there is that fastball in warm-up. It just drops out. It basically looks like a sinker, but it comes in, looks faster than 84. All right, and hitting is going to be Levi Chimura, the left fielder. Levi has been called out on strikes his only time up so far. All right, nobody out. Top of the 5th. And probably 3 outs to go. There's that fastball just off the outside corner. And it, optical illusion, I guess, or a faulty radar gun. But if he just throws 84, I want to see somebody that throws 90. Because this is coming in and has got this darting action, arm side run. And right on cue. No pun intended. Now that was good. It hit right off the end of his bat like a pool cue. And it's because the ball's darting away from him. Man, this is pretty cool to watch. He comes set at the belt, tilts and tosses, and there's a breaking ball, and I think he crossed up. Yeah, he got crossed up there. That's not DiCarlo. It's a different catcher. Is that Brady Marshall maybe? Maybe it's Brady Marshall. Tyler Moran, yeah. Tyler Moran in to catch. And that's that diving, cutting, sinking fastball that misses down and out. 3-1. As Tyler Moran comes in to catch. And it looks like Jack Morton went on out into right field. And that is hit into the 3-4 hole, grabbed by Bassesi, calls off Amoriello, and takes it himself for a U3 ground out. And that's out number 1.
Number 16, Braden Penninger.
Braden Fenniger, the pitcher, steps in. There's a breaking ball. Did not get much pull on that. And it stayed sort of spun and just stayed outside spinning. And a 1-0. That is sliced foul down the right field line. And it's a ball and a strike. Is Braden Fenniger, the current pitcher, in to face Liam Amoriello. That one down and outside. A lot of zip and a lot of movement on this fastball. Just missing down and away. He brings that up into the strike zone. That is a lot to deal with. There's a fastball. He brought that one all the way up in the strike zone and across the plate for a called strike on the inside corner, and it's now 2-2. That one bounces in there to fill up the count. And Tyler Moran gets a little bit of a courtesy break from the umpire as he walks the ball out to Liam. A little bit of the unspoken respect of the catcher and the home plate umpire. If one of them gets beamed by a ball, the other one will usually give his counterpart a little break. That one down low and dusty, and that's ball 4. So Peyton McRae, the second baseman, comes up. Peyton struck out swinging his first time up. But when if you're Peyton right now, just get you a base hit, hit the ball, put it in play somewhere. Sometimes good things happen just by putting it in play. You can't get 14 runs right now. You can get a base runner right now. You can maybe get a run right now, but you can't get them all back in one swing. So just do your part. That's the name of the game. So a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. And it looks like Amoriello, that one's a breaking ball that floats inside to where Moran looks like it almost looked like it was going to hit McRae, and I think that's why Moran couldn't grab it, is it he couldn't tell if that was going to hit McRae or not, and it kind of went between his glove and McRae. Back to the backstop, and Fenniger heads over on the pass ball. All right. 1-1 and 1 out. Up and out. Ball 2. There's a fastball, and that one's called for a strike. I think Peyton thought that was a little bit low, but home plate umpire disagrees, and it's now 2-2 with 1 out. And we are in the top of the 5th inning, but could very well be the last frame of the game here as Jesuit has a 14-0 lead. That one bounces in there, and Moran nicely knocks it down, keeps it in front. And Liam goes full. Fastball right down the pipe. Fouled off. And Peyton McRae stays alive. Straight up 9 o'clock. Somebody cue up the bell tower. Nothing yet. And that one a bouncing ball toward first base. No, it's foul. Did I miss the bell tower?
I didn't hear it either.
Maybe they're on break over there. All right, 3-2, 1 out. Runner at second is Braden Feniger, who's currently the Blue Devil pitcher. That one fouled off, and a great at bat for Peyton McRae. Second baseman, he has gone strike, ball, ball, strike, ball, and then 3 foul balls. So the 9th pitch of this at bat. Almost half the pitches Amariello has pitched. And that one a little too high. And Liam says, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding. But he's on base with a base on balls, and up steps Cole Carnell, the leadoff hitter, with 1 out. Carnell is grounded out to second base and singled to right field in honestly, almost the exact same place both times. This time, runners at first and second. Fastball down low, ball 1. There's that breaking ball, kind of a sweeping slider, and it just kind of stayed way outside. Carnell not even twitching at that one. And this lefty on lefty contest continues with Carnell in the lead right now, a 2-0 count. And that one a bouncing ball to shortstop. Grabbed by Wilson. He touches second, flips it over in time. A great play, very smooth by Wilson Anderson, and that ought to do it. An unassisted double play from shortstop Wilson Anderson, and that ought to be the finish line. Yes, it is. The teams are going to head across and shake each other's hands.
And that's the end of tonight's game. The final score, your Jesuit Tigers 14 and the Clay Blue Devils nothing. Tiger fans, thank you very much for coming out to tonight's game. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. We will see you out here tomorrow night.
All right, folks, it is 14 runs for Jesuit, 12 hits, no errors. For Clay High School out of Green Cove Springs, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. And so Jesuit bounces back from that loss at IMG Tuesday night. And 3 future Florida Gulf Coast Eagles, Ryan Thompson and Raposa. Looked like Merrick Raposa and Thompson are going to be future teammates. Very nicely met each other and shook hands and talked a little bit out at the mound after this. Everybody drive safely. Thank you for watching and listening tonight. I'm Doug Politz. I'll see you tomorrow night. We got another one. Thank you and good night.